the big elephant that no leader has addressed: joblessness. Research by the United Nations Development Programme revealed that nearly 4 in every 10 Kenyans is unemployed, the worst statistics in the region. The capital is said to be among the worst performing counties with youth unemployment, and experts say it's no wonder that crime is on the rise in the city.
And we go back to our top story. And the rise in crime in Nairobi Central Business District is not only worrying to the residents, but to law enforcement agencies as well.
Staying with the spiraling insecurity in Nairobi, residents are calling on...
It remains to be seen how the multi-agency operation will restore sanity in Nairobi.
The reason why people they don't follow in the flyover, we have some group called 40 Brothers. Those boys, they pretended to be like conductors, but they're not conductors.
So as I was walking, just crossing the road there, I just had someone grab me from behind, grab my ears from behind. But it was very fast, I didn't know what happened. So I just felt the pain on my ears. And when I held myself, I realized that my earrings had gone.
Oh, I know they are muggers. I've formed an anti-mugging team, which is doing very well. At least like 100 of them are in jail now we are talking.
Residents and businesses have raised the red flag over a rise in mugging cases, especially in the CBD. And despite the hotspots having been identified, the vice still goes on unabated.
Tukiwa katikati ya mji wa Nairobi, hatuko salama. Lazima tutembee kama umeficha kibeti ama simu, because anytime mtu anakuja na anachukua vitu zako na wanatoroka wanaenda nazo. So Nairobi hakuko safe kabisa.
The involvement of a private organization, the Sonko Rescue Team, has sparked jitters within some quarters.
Friend Sonko talks about the Sonko Rescue Team. I think one of the future problems we're going to have this country, one of the problems we're going to have is the reemergence of criminal gangs.
It is not Sonko's mandate to control the mugging in town. Remember, the police is not devolved. Yeah? So it's the county commander and the IG who is supposed to be responsible for that. We can just supplement the way we are supplementing the county government.
Claims of the group manhandling residents have been reported. The group, founded and funded by the governor, has defended their cause.
It's our boys who are spies down the line for the police. Our boys actually used to spy for the police. Look, and they are this place, and that's why we managed to control it.
Questions have been asked on who exactly pays the over 10,000 youths branded as volunteers working for the Sonko Rescue Team, a group that Mike Mbuvi Sonko formed even before being elected Nairobi Senator in 2013 to help residents, especially during emergencies.
Before then, we were there. So how are we using county funds right now? We've been giving people water. We've been taking people to the hospital. Why are we using county funds? What do we need county funds for? We don't need even this one. No one is paying. No county funds. We are not using anything from the county.
Wastage and corruption at public service appears to be giving the governor sleepless nights. Recently, he set up a 10-member committee to audit pending bills owed to creditors, the bills totaling to a whopping 50 billion shillings.
Na wale watu tunaona kama ni waaminifu, kumbe ndio wanaturudisha nyuma. Na sisi wananchi huku chini tunazidi kulipa tax. Kwa hivyo ndio hata nafikiria hata City Hall kuna watu kama hao ndio unaona hata governor anashindwa kusiba hizi mashimo ziko around Tomboya River Road. Kwa hivyo ningetaka aangalie hapo sana kama governor. Mambo ya wizi ya pesa aangalie sana. Na asiwe na huruma na mtu yoyote. Akipata mtu ametapeli afukuse kazi mara moja. Ndio na sisi kama watu wa Nairobi tufikiwe na ile service. Kama vile president anasema.
I'm very happy with what Governor Sonko has done, because he has to audit those people. Because some of them were actually providing services which were never there. But this is a cartel. And if you remember, I came in very forceful during my time. Unfortunately, I don't know if people know that, but I ended up in a hospital. That really taught me a lesson.
We need to go back to the procurement cycle and understand, let's say you've done a road. What's the assurance that you've completed the road? Normally they'll give you a certificate of completion. which means that you should be paid if you have that certificate of completion. But if you're getting this certificate of completion and the road has not been well done, it means there is an integrity issue there. And the county is paying you for work that either you've not done completely well or you've just not done at all.
But what does it take to make Nairobi a model city? Joa Kech is a former mayor of Nairobi. He leads a UN Habitat-affiliated program, Safer Cities Initiative. This essentially putting him at the heart of the city yet again. Although he served in the old constitutional dispensation, he acknowledges the similarities of the current challenges, the ones he dealt with.
We were reporting directly to the minister himself. And of course, the minister had the final authority. So if you're not in good books with the minister, then whatever the resolution you had, definitely you would have a lot of problem to have them implemented. But I must say, with the coming in of the devolution, definitely it is a plus for all the counties. And taking into account now they're getting the resources directly from the national government, in addition to the tax and other revenue that they collect on the ground, like the licensing and so forth, the rates. During our time, it was different because we were not depending upon the national government. We were depending upon the taxpayers in Nairobi.
Nairobi contributes about 60% of the country's GDP, making it an important economic hub not just to Kenya, but to the East African region. Digitizing public service operations, some experts say, could just be one way to hoist the city's economic standing.
I'd like to see a more digital Nairobi. You know, M-Pesa is considered a game changer, not just in Kenya, in the world. People like the Facebook founder came all the way to come and understand how digital currency happens. We've seen Uber, we've seen little cabs coming up. The private sector has so much innovation. I'd like to see that being applied in the public sector. We have things like blockchain. We have things like, you know, so many game-changing technologies. Why can't we apply them to make our lives easier in healthcare, in insurance, in security? You know, these cameras that we have in Nairobi all over the city, but anytime a crime happens, we just never see the footage. Why is there a backlog? So for me, I'd like Nairobi to be the digital hub.
The County Government Act of 2012 stipulates that when a vacancy in the office of the Deputy Governor arises, it will be filled in the manner stipulated under Article 182 of the Constitution. However, the same article mentions only how to replace the governor and not his deputy. It is still not clear whether Sonko will unveil a new deputy or he'll finish the term a Lone Ranger.
Kama tunavyojua, sheria yetu haijatoa haswa zile shughuli za deputy. Kwa hivyo sioni kama anapaswa kuwa na shida. Kama bado wako na waziri wake wa county, bado naona anaweza fanya kazi.
Sonko ni mtu wa kupeana. Na huyu deputy wake you cannot know. Unajua huyu deputy wake kule alikuwa mdosi. Hakuwa anafanya chini ya mtu yote. Na vile ako supposed kufanya chini ya Mr. Sonko, ya Honorable Sonko, then wanaweza kudifa. It depends to individual character.
The progress is good. You know, on my side, we are not political. So I'm focused to making Nairobi a very good city. So politics will not affect me.
Nairobi should expect so much from Governor Sonko. He's a visionary leader, man with integrity, professional, who has a vision, a big vision. Look at our manifesto. Is to fulfill the mandate that we had in that manifesto, to make sure that each and everything, the roads, the water, our hospitals, and everything, even the beautification, garbage collection, all those things are our vision.
Even with a cloud of uncertainty hanging in the air, Governor Sonko still shoulders a heavy burden to keep the hopes and aspirations of the people of Nairobi alive and at the same time steer Kenya's most important county into prosperity heaven he pledged to the people.
Mimi naona akipewa time hii 5 years he has to be a leader at Nairobi City. He's doing well.
Service delivery and public safety, not politics.
I don't think we should lose hope because the direction that Sonko is going, even without the deputy governor, which of course he should have in the future, I think he's still doing a lot of good work. I mean, see what he's doing with the motorbike guys. He just had a meeting with the motorbike guys. To me, that's what I'm saying is the best way to meet the wananchi. See what he's doing in the community. See what he's doing in terms of him going around the city of Nairobi trying to see the garbage collection and so forth and so on. So I think the people who should really support him are those people whom he has appointed, the CS, the ministers and the head of various departments, to make sure that something's done. My advice to him will be, let him come up with a development committee to oversee some of the development, because he cannot be everywhere, and this year's cannot be everywhere. During my time, I had advisory committee. Those were I had Manu Chandaria, I had Chris Kirubi, I had so many people who would sit down with me on a monthly basis and said, hey, we have a problem this side. We had a problem this side. So I'll send my people to see what that problem was, getting the information from a development committee.
We have about 116 revenue sources for Nairobi County. I hear only less than half of them are automated. So let's automate them. It cannot be a 100-day strategy, but what I say is, can we every 3 months communicate the progress made? Because it's all about communication. Every time there's a lack of communication, you breed suspicion, you breed speculation, you breed other things. So for me, actually, it's on the spokesman of the county government to consistently educate Kenyans really on what progress Nairobi County is making, and the next 3 months, what will be the priorities? Almost like the way they do it in the corporate world, where they have quarterly reports, quarterly meetings. That gives people confidence that, yes, I can hold these people accountable. Right now, I've not seen any of the 47 governors sort of having that kind of very structured approach to management. And that's what we really need in this country.
But will he be the man who changes Nairobi, or the governor that plunges the capital further into decline?
To his critics, this is already a false start for Governor Mike Mbovi Sonko. But to his admirers, the journey to unlocking the county's economic potential has just begun. That's all we had for you on Behind the Headlines. Thanks for watching.